So, on this assignment, I would be demonstrating my experience um, regarding improvement of performance of my LLM. So, with this being said, I kind of like test the LLM app to speed up, like to see how the speed goes and the speed, uh, if it's work good or don't work good, and improve performance. Yeah, the performance, like has it improved or don't improve. And then I kind of focus more on the speed though. um yeah. So my experience, I would say it's great for now, because um I'm going to talk about how I was saying I'm going to talk about to demonstrate my experience on how the improvement the performance of the LLM. So the technique, I think the techniques are kind of like great. It was kind of like few shot prompting. Again, I focus on the speeding, so it kind of like provided me with great model to kind of like see the high quality um, that it provides. And then also I was my experience with structured prompting was also great. This when it used like to clear the specific instruction to make it clear for users, and to kind of like separating the tokens um, between the part of the prompt, like the main context um, instructions and other kind of like input. And then under the technique use, I would say the third one is the chain of thought prompting. This is when I experienced that the breaking down is kind of like a complex problem, which I wouldn't mind or kind of like complain about it. So it's like a complex problem that goes into series of smaller interactive, like the interactive task. And I mean, it's kind of like guiding the LLM through all of those tasks and stuff like that. So, my experience again, like the design, the implementation, the prompt was great. The strategy really increased. Like the functions was accurate, and the LLM powered chat box was increased by 15%. So it kind of reduced the hallucination rate. So I'll say in the kind of like speed, I'll say it's okay, because it was it improved by I think 15%. I'll say 15 to 20%. Also, it kind of like there was huge development in kind of like the prompt generation system when the LLM itself refined its own instruction. So again, between 15 to 20% improvement in output coherence and the relevance. So I'll talk about the retrieval augmented generation. That's the RAG. This is the one that I mentioned at first. This is like the I would say the RAG addresses the knowledge gaps and the hallucination very fast by kind of like making sure that the models responds to the in the external and the relevant the the main data source. So it makes sure that there is communication in between. So that technique is like the vector databases, which is kind of creating the and optimizing vector, like the embeddings of internal um, documents, like the data, the files, any document for efficient retrieval, which is great. So other one was the optimizing the retrieval process. This is all under the RAG, the retrieval augmented, I think, generation, right? Yeah, the RAG. So the optimizing the retrieval process is kind of like implementing. I mean, it really implemented advanced, a very good, high rated, advanced indexing. The ranking, the transformation was great, and handling chunking strategies was also great. This when kind of like fine tuning how documents are broken into like little chunks for optional retrieval. So that way you can be able to retrieve your data or any uh, document successfully. So I think to me everything kind of works, but yeah, there is nothing I see. The speed was kind of like 3 times faster, actually, and the model size by 50% was using quantization techniques. So, with that being said, the deployment on each edge of the device was kind of like 3 times faster inference speed, which is great. So compared to 1 and 3, the fastness is like 3 times than before. So I think it's a very huge um, improvement. So I think that's all I have regarding demonstrating my experience in the improvement performance of my LLM. So I don't see anything that don't work for real. So though I'm just following examples in doing the work that I'm doing. But with that being said, I think that's all I have.